Hello, people, and today we are just gonna get straight into this because I am too lazy to do my intro. Let's just get to the point. So I've been doing some random experiments. So I was messing around the other day and figured out a very, very nice strategy. So I figured out if you're level 50. You can beat molten mode without farms or anything. So I'm gonna be showing that because yeah, this is gonna be longer than my other video when I had just figured out that I'm experienced enough to do molten solo. And basically I've been enveloping a new strategy and figured out molten's a lot easier than I thought. Yeah. This is, as I said, it's going to take a lot longer to do because we won't be shredding like before. Literally, this is just level 30 and level 50 towers. No farms, no anything. And this isn't even like a challenge. This is genuinely a strategy you can use to triumph. It does take a fair bit though, because obviously this isn't really kill efficiency, it's more as if just getting stuff out there. So I personally like to get my crook bosses to level 3 and then place another. You can place up to 6 crook bosses, so that's pretty fun. And so this will just shred for quite a bit because obviously it's a bit overpowered for this stage, but despite, we're at the moment doing absolutely fine. So, in my opinion, level 3 is like one of the most worth it because of the fact that you get a massive fire rate boost, which helps out a lot. Now obviously, detecting hidden doesn't really matter because it's wave 3, give me a break. But still. Alright, yeah. So, it should be in fine print though, that keep in mind, they are gonna get by, like around here-ish, but they're just gonna die over here. Truthfully, it's going to seem like a bit of a struggle because, well, crook bosses aren't the greatest at killing, in case you didn't know. Now these are all one-shots, and luckily Speedies have 3 health, so yeah, crook boss is going to one-shot these, and it'll easily do it. Obviously, it gets distracted, and it'll just get one-shotted in a sec anyways. Yep, there we are. And once we get the drum mag though, it'll be a lot easier. Because then we'll really start laying a pounding. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, the speedies are not a threat in the slightest, as if they ever were. Because, like, quite literally, unless you have like snipers or something, this dude's literally just gonna shred. Now he's gonna shred literally normals as well. So obviously this guy's not gonna get to them fast enough, so I'm just gonna skip. 039 skip. If you're speedrunning, that's useful. At 039, you're always, that's when the skip GUI pops up. It's like little details like that are pretty nice to know sometimes. Yeah. So we're going to be good for quite a fair bit because the horde's going to get way pushed back because now we have 2 crook bosses, which is very, very poggers. Now, once we get drum mag on that guy, it'll be a lot easier, I'll bet. As you see, still just going at it. Early game's not the issue in the slightest. Unlike what I was doing before, early game is much less of a threat than late game. Which is typical, if you will. Alright, coolio. So that's gonna do that. Very nice. Alright, a boss, right in time. Because I feel like right now, we have a good enough squad to deal with that. Yep. So I personally get my quick bosses up, and then place down the turrets. You'll see in a bit though, so yeah. There we are. Already just dead. Yep. Not an issue in the slightest. You're actually able to make it to wave 40 with just quick bosses, not Triumph. But with turret support, it is a different story. Yeah, I'm just gonna get that over with. Might as well. Yep, so there's no DJ boost here or anything, it's literally just quick boss and turret. So this is pretty useful, in my opinion. Now, as I said though, it is going to take longer, but it's a fun little way to do it. Because, keep in mind, well, most people don't have Accelerator and Gold Minigunner. I think that's safe to say. So, yeah. Hidden zombies. There we are. Alright. So, a lot of this is literally just shred mania. There's not even, like, the essence of a threat. It's more as if just sit back, relax, and watch your creations do all the work. Pretty fun. You don't have to follow my placements specifically, but they are pretty good spots, I'll be real. Yep. More hiddens. Not surprisingly, those are not gonna get by. Yeah. It's quite funny that, you know, you don't need to be an insane level in order to, really dominate, you know? It's just interesting to me, that's all. This is really pathetic, honestly. So, we've now gotten our 6 quick bosses down. I'll prove that we have max in a sec, but not right now. So, literally, now it's easy. It's genuinely just easy. I don't know what else to say. It isn't like we're living off of a prayer, like with the military bases, which I don't think it's really living off of a prayer, just more as if it looks like you are, but these are sort of different because late game, it becomes increasingly difficult to shred, like, and I mean like really, really bad, to the point where it actually gets depressing. Oh yeah, also check this out. Oh wow, you can only place 6 quick bosses. And obviously, the Necromancer is just a boss zombie with a bit more HP and moves at the same speed. Yeah, it's literally just a boss zombie with more HP and it can summon stuff. So these are going to get by a fair bit. Obviously not to over there, just around, you know, you get the idea. Or maybe not. I might just be wrong. Oh yeah, I am. It didn't even get by. Interesting. Yeah, the moltens are also gonna die. I might do another tower battles video soon. Maybe. Personally, I just have a passion for tower defense games. I'm gonna make some other content as well. It's just, I've left these on hold. Like, I haven't really gone over these on my channel before, and they're fun. Like, they're really genuinely fun. So, yeah. Crooks are going to be pretty actually useful here, because they are going to do a bit of extra damage, and if they die, they have they're basically just a better level 1, sorry, I'm trying to think. They're basically just a better level 1 military base, because they can shoot as well. Also, they stop. So, obviously though, they're a lot more expensive than 400, so give or take. But, and the 5 damage, as opposed to 3, is very good, because that means with normals, we're not going to be worrying about necessarily like, oh, that's going to take up 2 shots. No, it's just going to be get out of here, whatever. You know. Yeah, I'm not going to skip this, because I know this is going to take a fair bit. Yep. Got another guy to level 4, my bad. Yeah, he's going to get by a fair bit. I've already accepted that fact, but as long as, yeah, that's good damage. Yeah. As expected, slow boss is going to get by with a fair bit. However, we are going to kill him. Alright, I think I'm going to upgrade this, actually. Doesn't really matter that much, but still. Alright, another slow boss. Really funny, guys. Right, yeah, just finish what you've already started. Cool. That's a dead slow boss. I don't want to skip, actually, because that would be really bad. Yep. Got another level 4 going at it. And he's under 1,000 for his next move, which is good, because he's pretty low, and the crooks can just sort of chip at him a fair bit. Crooks are actually very useful here, because, again, they're just chipping away at him. That's like subtracted, like, I think like about 150 maybe, or like 200, but very good for just chip damage. Obviously the hidden boss isn't going to make it that far. He's going to get by there because, well, the moltens are tanking a ton of the damage, but it's going to be in a gridlock there. And we've got another level 4. And when every single one's a level 4, that's very good, because then we can start maxing. Which will be interesting, I think. Now, as I said, though, nobody's going to be making it far enough, at least. And they're gonna just die. Personally, I don't think the crooks are very worth it. They're certainly cool, but worth it, I'm not too sure about that one. Because, as I said, they're mildly better military bases, but a military base costs, what? Literally $400 compared to $4,500. Crooks aren't worth it, but however, they do help. Because if it was just 3 to 5 damage, that'd be pathetic. I still think this is a bad upgrade, but whatever. The shockers though, because you see, speeds, those weren't an issue, but that's a molten if it could actually run. Speeds, no problem. Shockers, yeah. Now I have done this before, obviously, so this is gonna be a dub, but still. Well, they are doing pretty good damage, I must be real. Who's doing the most damage? Let's see. Yeah, it's these two. However, the crook boss right here is doing the most. So we're gonna upgrade him. And go in order. I know. I'm being extremely picky with my upgrades now. I'll live with myself, I think. Okay, that's gonna make quite the push. I might have just made a really bad call getting a skip. At the same time, I did just get a max crook boss, though. Mafia's looking pretty good. And as I said earlier, yeah, early game's not of the essence. It's late game that really hammers it home, because as you see, we are starting to struggle a bit. Now, obviously, it isn't really struggling, because we're going to get by, but still, it's just not a good position to be in. Yeah. So if that slow boss goes down. Alright, cool. Now luckily, the crooks and the mafia and stuff have done a pretty stellar job at chipping. And, yep. Now who are we gonna upgrade next? 4,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. So, this is third best for our damage, so we'll up that next. Yeah, speedy bosses are really bad, because they not only have more HP than slow bosses, they move a bit faster if you can't tell. Again though, they still go down. Alright. The issue with slow bosses isn't their HP, it's just they let everything else soak the damage, you know? Then all of a sudden it becomes a problem. Dang, that speedy boss just shredded our crooks and mafias. Obviously, eventually they're gonna start another little train, but still, gotta take note. Alright, 4,500, 3,000. Alright, this is fourth best, so we'll just up that in a sec once this hellfire is over. Nah, I'm impatient actually. Yep, there we are. So 3,800, 4,000, alright. And so yeah, obviously the things over here are doing a better job than the things over here. Guess they're more of like a temporary though, right? That's the thing. Alright, this is looking bad, I must admit. However, remember, we still have a long way for us to be able to shred. You don't want to overdo your skips though, because That could be suicide. And luckily for us, though, because it's polluted wastelands and it's not fallen, because it's polluted wastelands in general, we have very many opportunities to get him down. And if you don't notice already, this video is probably longer than the other one, and that's probably because, well, there's less efficiency, because by now I'd have accelerators and everything, but, you know, using weaker towers, so it is what it is. But you know what? You don't need all that shredding stuff in order to triumph, and that's the thing. Sure, it may take longer than most games, but if you get screwed over by your teammates, then hey, the 75 XP and 500 coins just for some extra time may not sound all too bad. But if you have a good team or you're playing with friends and stuff, this won't really be of any essence. Either way, you need to go through the hell that is playing with those people to get level 50 in order to do this, because, again, quick bosses alone won't cut it. You might be able to do some combination. I'll look into that. However, with level towers alone, you need level 50 at least in order to do this. So, obviously, these are, as I said, they're going to struggle. Because, oh, yeah. Get overwhelmed. Whatever. Now, this skin doesn't really affect anything. The turrets will work all the same. It just looks cool in my opinion. But once you max out all of your quick bosses, that's when the turrets come into play. Which is very good because your turrets are going to be your main currency of damage. Just keep that in mind. Right now it's going to be the quick bosses all on top, but eventually it is going to come down to the turret. So it's good to get that guy up. I personally like to max them out one by one and then move on to the next. You won't be able to get every single one maxed. Just place as many as you can, honestly. Because you won't get enough late bonuses and general money to do that. But it's still good to get as many one by ones as you can. It'll be worth it, trust me. Just gonna get it over with and skip. Because I'm cocky, I guess. Yep. As I said, though. No problem. Yeah. We're now relying on turret damage. That's what we've come to. They're stacking up, though. Real fast. Bang, bang, bang. Very fun. Alright. I mean, I don't know what really to say, because it's really just bosses getting by and then dying. I don't know what to say. Now, in personal opinion, I think, now, you can tell me otherwise. However, I think Mystery Summoner, one of the least threatening things. Because they're basically, like, it's basically just a slow boss. And what's sad is that, as you see, they don't even summon mystery bosses. They're just mysteries. It's basically just a mildly better slow boss. For late game, that doesn't really matter. Keep it in mind, this mystery summoner, I personally find it isn't even, like, okay, yeah, you got me. It summons, like, one mystery boss. But remember, the mystery summoner doesn't come in hordes. like the slow bosses do. So literally just one. Literally, keep it in mind, 2 slow bosses have more HP than the Mystery Summoner. Now I'm not saying it needs like a buff. That'd be preferably not. Oh, wow. I might have accidentally lagged the game with the Mafias. Oops. Well, they are still gonna shred though. No doubt, no doubt. And so as I said though, the turrets are gonna come really useful here because they're gonna be our main source of damage. And so, well, yeah. There isn't really much to say because, as I said, it's literally just sort of, I guess, zombie killing ASMR at this point because, well, at this point, yeah, I keep saying that a lot, I don't know, but seriously, it's just upgrading your stuff and watching them shred, and you could argue, well, that's literally the entire experience, but keep in mind, it's dumb because, like, late game's always the type of thing where you're stressing about, oh, how much you can upgrade, because you've already gone from, like, worrying about early game and how you're going to defend off of zombies, and now you're worrying about how you're going to spend all of your money. Because you have too much. And it's ridiculous. Because, here's the thing. As long as you have good towers, early game's hard, and late game's easy. Because for late game, like, even just generally, it's easier for late game because of the fact that you're literally just hitting a button to upgrade. You're not worrying about, oh, zombies are getting through, how am I going to stop them? As I said, no. Yeah, what am I going to do with all this money? Ridiculous. But, however, it is nice. I will say, I actually haven't played Tower Defense Simulator for a fair bit. I'm personally waiting on the winter update to come out so I can do a video on that. Also just experience it generally. I know I could do the Halloween event, but it's February, almost March, and well, Halloween was a few months ago, in case you aren't aware. And a few is an understatement. However, looking at the teasers and stuff, it does seem pretty nice. Yeah, we're getting off topic. And as I said, it's pretty uninteresting to watch. At least in my eyes, but, whatever. And the molten boss comes. So, as I said, we're gonna win. Like, I don't even have doubt about that. The molten titans are okay. I'll be real. They're better than the mystery summoner. Because they can't overwhelm you. Because they're tanky like the mystery summoner. And there's several, and there's a lot more than one of them, you know? Now, luckily since we're only on molten, the molten boss gives you the luxury of not stunning your towers too often. Still, just like the Fallen King though, he loves stunning your towers, but not as much. Doesn't have an addiction to it, so very nice. And we've now gotten rid of the molten titans, so now there's one last, I guess you could say, elephant in the room that we have to take care of. It's none other than that dude. And he summoned more. Very funny. Right? Yeah, it's the type of thing where the molten titans are literally more threatening than the molten boss. And that isn't even me just like joking around. Like, they're literally more threatening than the molten boss. Because the molten titans soak up a ton of damage. And the molten boss is really just an easy little farm, you know? Can't really take it seriously now, can you? Now, we gotta be dealing as much damage as possible to the molten boss, obviously. Molten titans are basically a distraction in all due respect. Now, the reason why I think molten titans are harder to deal with is because, well, as you see, we're raking in cash from the molten boss. Unlike a certain something. Now, of course, he has an addiction with summoning things as well. Very fun. However, the Fallen King does this a lot more. Now, something that's going to play into our hands as well, which is pretty nice, is the server is going to lag a bit. Because we've got all of the mafias running around. They can't be killed because, well, everything's too slow for that to happen. Not because the game's lagging, but because, well, moves slow. It's in the game's script, but he moves even slower. And keep it in mind, this doesn't affect stun time, so it's even more overpowered. Very funny. Yeah. As I said, we're not gonna have enough to max it out, but we're gonna have a frickin' lot. It's quite whimsical to me. How ridiculous. Just gonna mop them. Oh yeah, and just to prove a point, as you see, you cannot place any more turrets. Here, let me get a bit of extra money after these stupid things are done. Okay, so he seems to have an addiction with spamming that. Yep, there's the finisher. As you see, not much of an issue overall. Literally just got like made to Narnia. Now what's funny is that the only thing keeping him going at this point is the molten titans. However, those didn't tank the damage for him, so he's screwed. And yes, as you see, if you're level 50, you can triumph Polluted Wastelands Molten. This is probably already pretty well known, but hey, whatever. Also, and 34 subscribers, that's very, very poggers in my opinion. I do actually have a 50 sub plan, a 50 sub special plan. Very cool, but yeah. This has been a fun one, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Adios, amigos. Yeah, I'm just buying myself time to roll some credits. No, not credits, the end card. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Alright, cool. Fun thing I did.